the world will be able to hear us soon, and the advert lasts about 30 seconds.
Oh, bloody hell.
Oh, bloody hell.
So much louder when they've got these headphones on.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's just you going, PC Shed is playing, blah, blah, blah.
That's good. So, what I've done tonight... what's up with this? What I've done tonight, I've done a few little changes, just to jazz it up a little bit. But just do a quick intro. So, good evening and welcome to Saturday Night with PC Shared. My name is Sergio, your host for this evening. My co-host is Richard, who just joined us. Couldn't get a hold of him on Skype. So, hopefully you can see him, you can see me. The sound is great and everything is dandy. And happy Halloween. So, how was your Halloween, fella? Did you get lots of, no?
I absolutely despise Halloween.
I don't mind despise. It's quite funny that at this moment in time...
2 seconds while I change from this camera because it's...
Yeah, sure, not a problem. As long as you don't
right, there we go. No, I'm in 1080p, so I'm happy.
Okay, so we got a side view and you just, just kind of messed up my doodah.
Might as well use the good camera.
Oh, alright, okay. Bear with me, just do a bit of housekeeping before we carry on. So... There we go. That's a little bit better.
I just despise Halloween.
Despise Halloween. You know what's quite funny?
I know, but the thing is, the older I'm getting, the more of like I'm like you know those old people that you meet. They just hate kids.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. You're gonna be one of them.
I'm getting to that. Really bad.
Firstly, you know what was funny? Today. I saw absolutely loads of people buying fireworks, and I thought, hold on. So on the news, you got like terrorists blowing shit up and God knows what. But in Halloween, it's all right for your average Joe. Go to the shop, buy shitloads of fireworks, go to the back garden and set them up and blow the shit out of everything. The dogs, right? We got the dog next door, and they're just going ballistic. Absolutely.
The dog should be inside.
No, but you can hear them inside, just absolutely petrified.
Oh yeah, we had a big dog at the place I used to live. We used to call him Charlie, but he used to hide in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Just used to cower. Used to hate it.
Yeah.
I'm talking a big bloody dog.
Yeah. Well, my boy is a little bit. So just turn the little music down a little bit. Bear with me. So we can actually. There we go. So before we carry on, let's do a bit of a sound check, make sure everything's all right. I mean, the stream is nice and smooth, which is good. It should be at 720p, which is nothing. So hopefully you won't have any sound issues and crashes and God knows what. So before we carry on.
I'm right. Just give me a second. I need to log in because I've done something.
So I'm just going to quickly just check our sound and make sure everything's all right. So. Before we carry on, yeah, it's fine.
All I heard was bollocks.
What a way to start the Saturday night. Bollocks. No, that sets the tone. It sets the tone, definitely. But for those that hasn't joined us before, welcome. I should give you a bit of a background, what the channel's all about, and I feel like I'm on repeat really, but I should just do a video, do an intro and just play it back. So Piece Shed was born about 3.5 weeks ago, by the founder, the executive CEO, Mr. Richard Downey, came up with this idea while we were building a PC, and from that point onwards, it just kind of grew a little bit, and we're not here to make money, we're here to have a laugh. We both love gaming. I think Richard loves more gaming more than me. I love more on the PC building part, especially the overclocking side. So that's where I got about 10-15 years experience. Richard, on the other hand, is an audio freak. He loves the audio. He loves his bows. Gotta have the bows. And through online gaming, we've met quite interesting characters. Hopefully they'll be online later on tonight. Our recent addition to our little group. Because we've got a little group, only small, but it's Sven Hofner from Germany, who is an absolute king at sniping, and he's very kindly very kindly sent me a CD key for Sniper Elite 3, which I downloaded yesterday, and that looks like an epic game. So watch out for a gameplay session on that at some point. Don't know when I have the time, but here's the newest edition. Richard, do you want to inform everybody else? Who else do we actually have in our little group?
Oh, there's like Drift King, and then there's the other dude.
The other dude?
Dell, I think his name is. Well, today.
Yeah, so we've got a few. Don't forget Jolly Roger. Well, come on.
Johnny Roger's buggered off the last few weeks.
No, it's because he's always playing the racing games. So he's kind of started the gameplay sessions here on Twitch. Anything to do with PC builds or anything like that, you can find us on YouTube, PC Shed. We've got about, I don't know how many videos we've actually done so far, but the latest one, as you can see on our little background, is a random act of kindness to a recent friend of Richard's, who is doing a degree. What's your degree anyway? HND, sorry.
Yeah,
HND, National
Computer Systems and Development.
Okay, so he very kindly
things like coding and all the marketing side and the business side of it, and
yeah. So from that, he kind of friended him and found out that his system was having loads of issues. So we did a cheeky little build for him as a random act of kindness. Richard very kindly, because his PC's gone through how many phases so far? Phase 1, phase 2.
Well, it sort of started
second phase
as like the. I don't know. It's currently at it's sort of like 95%. I'm happy.
Okay, 95%, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, 95% happy. This is a X99 build. Can I just say, Wid, ready? You're ready? I'll go. Right, ready? X99 build, Intel, with an Asus motherboard. Okay, top of the range motherboard, deluxe motherboard, followed by 5690K processor, 6 core, unlocked. That very easily was overclocked to 4.5, I think, on our first try, wasn't it?
I'm running at 4.4.
And that's water cooled, okay. And to top that off, he only got himself a EVGA hybrid 980 Ti, 6 gigabyte graphics card. That's water cooled, right? And to cool all of this, he's got the Phantom. Is it the 920? No.
Phantom 820.
820 super case. Right, with about 9 fans, okay, and this thing is just ridiculous, and it's got SSD for the operating system, loads of storage. So, when he says his system's 95% there, what else can you do? What else can you do?
I'm thinking about 2 graphics cards.
So he's going to into the world of Sly.
And now I'm thinking, because I can't really mount. I would love to mount 2 of them, but I think I'm.
You can do. You can do.
Yeah, I'd be fine.
When there's a will, there's a way, my friend. When there's a will, there's a way.
Do I just go out and buy like a reference one or one with a couple of fans on?
No. If you're doing that,
it's definitely getting.
If you're going to do that, there's two brands: Gigabyte G1 980 Ti, which is a complete rebuild on the reference, or the Asus Strix 980T.
The Strix is more attractive to me purely because it has Asus at the front of it. And if we to go with
for those that don't know, Richard likes shiny shit. He likes lights, and
I never ever do anything like this ever, and I've put my hands.
Romo Montana's invited me to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Well, thank you very much for the invite. We haven't decided if we're playing that tonight yet. We're having a bit of a tech talk tonight, and then hopefully add a few people to the call. So we're chilling. Last night, can I just say, Richard did a fantastic job. My system was throwing a wobbly. I updated OBS and it just messed everything up. I was offline, online, offline, knocked off, reboot, and Richard streamed from 9:30 to 2 a.m. and he did it like a boss. He was absolutely shattered, right? Shattered. I think this is the longest stream that you've done. Without the break. You didn't break at all.
No,
so
I don't.
Yeah, but the thing is, on future, so just to let you know, Richard, on future, what we can do, so if you want to go for a break, you stop the stream, I start the stream through Twitch, you go for your break, you come back, and then we can just switch in between us two.
Oh,
yeah.
For those that are less informed, Noctua.
Oh, yes.
Special edition fan.
Yes. Linus Tech Tips.
Linus Tech
And it's black! And it's bloody black! It's amazing. You know, for those that think, why is he getting so excited about a black fan? Well, black and orange, by the way. But, can I just say, Noctua had this disgusting, and I've got one in my system. Because they are the best, quietest fans there is at this point. No, there's just no debate. But they're a beige. Oh, they're a beige brown. Yeah.
That's the fan.
Yeah, that's epic. That's nice.
They're amazing.
That will look very.
I'm gonna buy some of those.
Yeah, but
because they do them in 2 sizes.
okay, Roman Montana. Thanks very much for the invite, and I would love to play co-op with you. We're a little bit busy at the moment with a live stream. Sven, I'm not sure what we're playing tonight, but you know, give it about 15-20 minutes. Let's get this housekeeping sorted out of the way, because it's not just about gameplay, it's about tech as well, and you know, that's what I love doing, and you know, just covering some of the bits. But for going back to those fans, okay, Noctua fans, beige brown. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. Beige brown. Now you tell me what PC system build that you gonna build that will fit in nicely to your color scheme.
Yeah, something from like 95, maybe.
Everything was beige, wasn't it? Yeah, I remember. Bloody hell! You remember those ABC? Was it Acorn PC? Yeah. Beige. Everything beige. But anyway, so thanks to Linus. I'm sure he's voiced his complaint about no choice of colour. They did bring one which was like a light grey black.
That's not.
Yeah, but black, lovely. Okay, if they did a white, that would be nice as well. A nice white one. But the black, I do like the black and orange, especially that colour orange, just really does stick out, and that will go really nice.
You know, because my board, with it being an Intel, supports like everything.
Yeah.
Like with the DDR4 and things. Mm-hmm. Do AMD do like an equivalent?
AMD has not, and this is why I fell out after 20 bloody years of backing the underdog of AMD. Okay, you know. Big fan of AMD, big fan. I love their processors. Now, AMD had the opportunity when they launched their first ever 5GB CPU, which in essence, it wasn't all redesigned, all it was selected silicon chips from the 8350 4GB CPU, AMD 3 Plus, and they had the opportunity to put a bloody DDR4 bloody RAM controller on the chipset. They had it, but no, they stuck with DDR3 because they're renowned for being value for money, and at that point DDR4 was super expensive. But guess what? DDR4 is old news now. You know, you can pick them up almost at the same price of DDR3.
I think I paid £100 for my DDR4 RAM.
Yeah, exactly. So here we are, 2015. Intel has come out with the X99, the blooming Skylake, the Z.
Skylake for me is almost like a filling the market jobby, and then they decided that they can support DDR3.
Yeah.
It's like, if you
well,
upgrade.
This is what I mean. I told you, didn't I? They brought this back to back because I think they messed up. Really, they should have released the Skylake first, and then the X99. And what happened? A lot of people didn't jump to the X99, apart from the enthusiasts like Richard, and people are left, okay, I still want to upgrade my system, is there something in between? But I still want to carry on my DDR3 memory. So they brought boards now. It's a bloody mess because you've got boards that only supports DDR4, DDR3 only. There's a boards that support both. Now, how bloody confusing for someone that's just building a PC and they want an Intel system. That's just absolutely blah. But hey-ho, that's my rant over. But AMD, I fell out in love with them because they messed up that CPU. They could have had the opportunity of making that a fantastic platform. And then they messed up on the graphics card. Now, don't get me wrong, AMD, the 390, but the Nano, right? People, why AMD are going to the route of the little graphics card, even if it's water cooled. But even the top of the range, okay, so AMD always been value for money. Always been. That's why people get more performance for their buck on AMD. They brought the Fury, the Nano Fury, whatever it's called, and it's near 450 quid. Now,
yeah, but you may as well spend a little bit more and get one of mine.
Yeah, but no, wait for this, right? So the benchmarks that I research, the top of the range AMD graphics card, right? It's not even if it's overclocked or standard, it's competing around the Nvidia 980, the 980 GTX, okay? The 980 GTX, which is a 4 gig graphics card. Now, they decided that they will revolutionize the memory. Instead of having loads of memory, RAM will just increase the bus to 4,000 or something like that. Well, didn't make a bloody difference, did it? Because all the benchmarks shows that the Nvidia standard reference 980 is faster. And Nvidia, trump card, brought out the 980 Ti and said to AMD, fuck you. And no answer for AMD. So that's why, you know.
What makes it even worse is the fact that the guy from AMD, one of the head guys, pissed off to Nvidia.
Yeah, well, there you go. But, you know, 20 years of my life supporting. 20 years. I've had pretty much every chip, even the Opron bloody chip. I've had, and I still have in my shed, right? It was just my original build, which had been modified to God knows phase 5, 6, 7. Gave it to a friend of mine. He had a bit of an upgrade which I built for him. I've had that back. Okay, and that chip that's there, so dual core, I think it's a 2.8. When he came out, was the top end chip for AMD. I'm talking years ago now, right? And that chip, I think it only supports DDR2 RAM, 1066 megahertz. But that chip was an overclock beast. Now with AMD, when it comes to overclocking, it's a bit of art. Intel's a lot easier, okay? Well, for me anyway. Maybe other people have a different opinion on it. But AMD have not evolved, right? They went through the Anthem, they went through the Phenom of, you know, the X3, the X4, the XX, all the cores, and they continue this in the 90s, late 90s. It was all about the speed, okay? It was about the GPU speed, and AMD brought all of these speeds, overclock, pre-overclock, whatever, and Intel they're dominating the market, but the chips are capable at higher speeds than what actually they sell it as. That is fact. You know, there's a guy that overclocked, okay, stable, okay, this is stable, a 4790K, which is a 4 gig processor, quad core, to 5 gigs, stable, 24/7, Prime. I've seen the pictures on Prime, running for 48 hours, solid, gaming, video, yeah, it's 5 gigs. So the chips are capable of those speeds, but Intel is not their marketing strategy. They're not advertising, this is the fastest CPU there is out there. Well, AMD, when they brought that 9590 or whatever it was, that first 4 gig water cooled, I thought, brilliant, that's great, but that's about 10 years late. You know, nobody's actually following this race anymore. You know, it's not about speed anymore. But there you go. I tell you what, for those that are looking to just have a bit of an upgrade on graphics cards, you know, the prices, since the 980 Ti was introduced, the prices for the all series TIs has plummeted. plummeted. If I told you
750 and 780.
780, yeah, I'll tell you what, the 700 series, the 600 series, you can pick up a 4 gig, right? This is a 600 series Ti, okay, that's got 4 gigs of RAM, £90. Can I just say, when that came out, there was hundreds of pounds. You know, exactly when the 980 Ti, I think, what was the asking price? 500 and something, Rich?
For my Ti?
Yeah, well, yours was a specialist, but I think it was around the £500 mark.
My Ti in particular cost. Bear with me.
Excuse me, having a bit of a munch. Oh dear.
If even like a GTX 750 overclock,
Yeah.
it's like 80 quid.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm not. I always like. I don't have a preference in regards to Nvidia or AMD. Both cards have their pluses, the pros and cons. But I've been saying, and that's why. Can I link for that, please? Cloney Dream. That's Dell. Dell. If you go on eBay, right, just type in the 760 Ti, and you'll see it. There's absolutely loads. I saw one. Yeah.
There is a different version.
Yeah, but
like Inno 3D.
yeah.
That looks like they've taken off the original cooler, added an extra fan,
Yeah.
and cooling it with liquid, like how mine is.
Yeah.
But
Do you remember that graphics card you saw by AMD, which in essence was a dual graphics card bolted together in one?
60 gig thing.
No, it was 16 with 32 gig RAM. So in essence, AMD's. That, you know, when AMD releases a reference card, companies take it. That's why the Titan Z, nobody can touch that, can't change it, can't anything. Can you upgrade the cooling? But other cards, other manufacturers will get the cards and change it. And there's one, which is a dual, which I think it was based. I think the architecture was based on the 295. So it was a dual GPU. 2 graphics cards in one board. So what they've done, got 2 of those, so crossfire in both, bolted them together with some extravagant cooling, whacked them on, and sold it as a unit. What was the price for that bloody thing? You remember? No, that
Stupid, like 500-600 quid.
600 quid. AMD, you've lost the plot, mate.
Mine was £650.
Yeah.
It says it's 59999, but basically 600 quid.
Yeah. Yeah. But even on the main stores like Overclockers, Novatech, Scan, the prices for the 970 GTX, which I had one, has dropped.
No longer the most expensive one.
Oh, shut up. No.
Which is the most expensive 980 Ti?
Who cares? You know the most expensive is what performs better and overclocks better.
Yeah, no, but it's always nice to have it at the top of the list.
Yeah. So, just to make you aware, what you're seeing in the background in the corner somewhere, I don't know what corner, left, right, that was our latest video that we uploaded last week on YouTube. We built that. It's an Intel Z87. That build, the actual bundle that I put together was about 350 quid, but the actual system is worth about 750 quid, because the parts that Richard donated, the case, the power supply, I put a bundle together with the motherboard, CPU and cooling.
60 quid power supply.
Yeah.
30 quid tower, and then a 40 quid DVD drive. All of it literally a month old.
Yeah. So pretty much all brand new. The only thing that we didn't do, which is a shame because it would be nice to see how it performs overclocked with the graphics card, is that the owner Nathan, he had a graphics card already, but I think he's going to upgrade. But did you get any feedback from him?
I was quite happy.
Quite happy.
Like a massive jump
Yeah.
in performance.
Well, that's
His previous CPU was a 6300.
yeah.
And the thing, and he was only using standard crappy RAM.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, we put the shit.
Yeah, we put some nice kit in there.
That Vengeance Pro RAM.
Oh,
I'm gaining the knowledge.
that overclock's like a beast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but anyway,
I know my RAM, the DDR4 stuff. It's standard stock speed, 2800 megahertz.
yeah,
But because it's overclocked the CPU,
yeah,
4.4, it backs it off.
yeah. Well, it will do. It will do.
I think and it's running now at like 2400.
Which is fine.
Which is fine.
Because if anybody tells me, oh well, I've got my system and my RAM is running at 4000 megahertz, blah blah blah, right? Okay, I'll put a identical system next to you, and I put the 1600 megahertz kit on that system on what do you call your real world average browsing, opening programs or whatever. You show me, you can tell me if you can see the difference. The only difference you'll see is rendering, because you need a lot of RAM for rendering. Yes, sir.
You know that GeForce GTX 980 Ti?
Yeah.
It's actually got higher hertz and megahertz
Which one?
than mine.
Which one? Well, it's probably overclocked more aggressive. But you know, you can overclock yours even further. We just don't know how to.
How do you overclock a graphics card?
Very easily. So most software, EVGA, it's got EVGA Precision, which in essence is a piece of software that links direct to the graphics card, and you can bump up the core speed and bump up the speed of the memory. Okay, so before you had to use third-party software, but now most people that buy graphics card, the enthusiast version of graphics card, manufacturers are aware, well, we need to give them the access to be able to overclock it safely. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward. But again, don't start going, oh, it's higher. The difference in gaming, you'll hardly see any.
Well, what happens to my frames and stuff like that?
No, yours already been overclocked factory safely. It's higher than the average.
I'm happy with it running whatever it
I mean, how many frames per second were you getting yesterday on Modern Warfare 3? Which is an old game, by the way.
Well,
100 plus. Well, you can't see really, you can't see really much above 60. So anything above 60 and above, you're good, mate. Unless you got a 1400 megahertz monitor, you're done, mate. No, it's all good. Alright, so that's a bit techy. Any other tech news you want to talk about, fella?
Well, I don't know.
No.
I know there's been a screen of some. There's another Predator screen been released.
Right.
That's got something that I can't remember.
Yeah. Okay. But it doesn't matter. In regards to oh, I put my specs. So for those that are unaware what sort of software I'm running, everything that I have is second hand. So I'm actually running a Z97 system. So my specs for my system is on the actual Twitch. So it gives you a breakdown, gives you an idea what I actually use and run, and it's a
Sergio, you know this whole fascination with 1440p and all that kind of jazz.
yeah.
Like,
Not fascination. It's
but it's the standard, but it's a low. Like it's
no.
Like, it was
The standard is 1080. No, 1080p is the main standard commercially.
It's 4K.
Yeah,
Why are they not producing screens like monitors with 4K?
They are, but it's not the mainstream. Is 1080p. Okay, for people, 1080p, 1440p is a bit of an upgrade to that, so you got more pixels, right? But until it becomes mainstream, 4K will still be super expensive. Because you got to remember, you need a decent, solid graphics card to push the resolution of 4K.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, my card will do that.
Not in all games. Most advisory 4K systems, they say put 2 cards on slide to be able to get decent frame. If you try to put Witcher 3 Wild Hunt with everything on ultra, right, on a single 980 Ti graphics card, you will have some stutter. You will have, your frames will go up and down and go into probably in the low 30s, right? That is a fact, okay? So that's why people will say, okay, 2K, 4K, 5K, whatever. 1440p is the sweet spot for the 980 Ti. At 1080p, which Richard's got a screen, that's like overkill. Absolute overkill for 1080p. So I'm running two 27-inch 1440p screens, and it's loving it. I
am thinking of it. I don't really know whether I should or not, because I've seen the screens and I'm sort of becoming like I'm growing an affinity against them, where it's like I'd rather have an ultra wide.
Right.
It's just because of the way that you look at the screen.
Right.
And but I don't know how it practically would act.
It's perfect.
It's screening. And,
yeah. It's personal choice, mate. It's a personal choice.
You know how you can hang stuff on one screen,
yeah.
stuff on another. I don't know if you could like split that screen so it would act like 2 monitors.
You probably can do. You probably can do, because that would be a waste of space. Just have that in one single window, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah, but then you like have to buy 2 of these godforsaken ultra wide monitors.
No need. But again, discussion on monitors. For those that have monitors, listen. Anything up to 1080p is fine. Okay, 1080p still got a lot of life behind it. The 720p monitors and whatever, that's like flogging a dead horse. Okay, so if you even have an old monitor, okay, and you want to have better graphics, okay, most people will get a better graphics card, right? But you're still not going to get better graphics on the old 720p. So
see, that's more like it. 28-inch. Yeah, I think this is what JT Sense has got.
Right.
It's a 4K, 28-inch, 3840 by 2160.
yeah, which is 4K resolution.
G-Sync.
Yeah.
Everything. 500 quid.
Yeah. So how many people are actually willing to pay 500 quid for a monitor?
If it's 4K, it's a new standard.
Yeah, I know that. Well, I won't. No chance.
Whereas I'd be more willing to spend 500 quid on a monitor that I know is of the standard.
Yeah.
Rather than going out and spending.
Well, their hope is going to be the main.
Predator, right? That's clearly going to have a really short life.
Okay, to give you an idea what's happening with the monitor market, think about connections for your PC.
It's all going crazy.
Yeah. Okay, so it's all over the place. So let's compare it to PC connections. VGA, DVI, DVI-D, DisplayPort, okay, HDMI and DisplayPort, okay. Now, in business, the mainstream connection in offices is VGA, okay. That was the standard. Then it went to DVI, okay, so it's a digital, okay, so you got better quality. DVI-D, you can get sound through it, I believe, and then HDMI came in, okay. Now HDMI became the main standard in graphics cards because the HD TVs are all pretty much HDMI connection. But of course, with the development of refresh rates at 30 and 60 hertz and 120 and 144 hertz and God knows what, HDMI, even the new latest, I think it is a 2.0 HDMI, can't support that. So DisplayPort became the main, okay, DisplayPort 1.2, I believe. So that transition from VGA to DVI to HDMI took years, right? And you can still buy monitors, top of the range monitors, that still have VGA on it. They're still not obsolete because the mainstream, the bulk of business, where people buy monitors for offices, okay? So they don't need a DisplayPort or whatever because they have box standard kit. So that's where we're at with monitors.
I heard bog standard there.
Yeah, bog standard, mate.
Bog standard.
Yeah.
Are we going back to old school CRTs?
Yeah. Well, they're retro now. Collector's items.
The retro.
Yeah.
I'd love to see like a crazy ass movie Project Cars on one of those monitors just for the hell of it.
Still run it. Still run it.
Still run it.
Yeah, you just get the DVI adapter to a VGA, and Bob's your uncle. I mean, there's nothing.
One of those crappy 8-core monitors that just can't do anything.
Yeah, but you get stupid rates on that because the pixels are so small on that type of screen. I think that will be 420p. If not less, 240p probably.
I think Dell's after another graphics card by the look of things.
Right, Dell, what are you looking for? Let us know. We'll have a discussion about it. Yeah, come on, let's make this live. So Dell is looking for a graphics card. Put it on chat. What are you looking for?
Well, I've sent him some information on a 750 Ti because he's like, for 760.
No. Right, if you're going to get a TI of any sort, make sure it's got 4 gigs of RAM. Don't bother with the 2 and the 3. Okay? Now, it
very good reputation.
No, it has a great reputation, but what I'm saying to future-proof a little bit longer, okay, because the games are coming out, they're becoming RAM hungry. Have you seen the usage of Metal Gear Solid 5? How much RAM? And Shadows of Mordor was like eating the RAM.
When you get into the 4 gig thing, you're talking a couple of £100.
No, you can't. No, because I found one for 90 quid. It probably, it was up on eBay. What? Were you listening at all? Were you listening? No. Yes. Anyway. What's that? I was just enticed because my bro had a shitty one right now. Okay. Well, that depends, Del, on what games your brother actually plays. Okay. So if your brother is like Sim City or whatever, yes, then by all means a TI will be absolutely overkill for whatever. But if it's modern games, okay, and when I say modern games, it's what's out at the moment. What is it? Hardline, Metal Gear Solid, Warhammer, those sort of games. They are RAM hungry. That is a fact. Okay, the better the graphics are on the game and how they're optimized to that graphics card and the drivers. Okay, that's another thing.
750 Ti, 4 gig.
Hit me with the price. How much?
150 quid.
Too much. No, yeah. Well, for me, this is the foreigner talking. This is the bargain hunter. I won't pay more than 100, mate. The card is worth that money, don't get me wrong, but for me, no, not modern. Most modern games plays Grid Auto Sport. Okay, well, Grid Auto Sport, you have a lot of graphic settings within that game and those options, so you'll be able to tone it down a little bit and still good playable rates.
What does Dell use?
Now, what's your graphics card, fella? Because you've been playing Modern Warfare, Grid. What else have we played? Can't remember. You remember, Rich?
What?
Do you remember what past games we actually played? Tu hablas inglés? I am speaking in English. Yes. Oh my god.
I don't know.
Oh, dearie me. So, I'm enjoying this, having a bit of a chat and a banter in regards to the fuck up. Alright, so yeah, R92, yeah, cracking. Solid AMD card.
What?
It's an AMD R9 280X. Great card. Yeah.
To me, I know.
No. But I mean, that for like I said, yeah, spot on. Most games in high or medium high. If you were to put everything whacked on, he would probably struggle. He'll still play, but
why doesn't he just get one of those cards?
Because he's 16 years old, and if you don't remember, maybe my past is different to yours. When I was 16 years old, I didn't have frigging 20 quid in my pocket, never mind 500 plus to spend on a piece of hardware.
Yeah, you just use your parents' money.
Parents' money, yeah. As you can tell, for those that are watching, we come from very different backgrounds. And when I say very, the opposite end of the spectrum here, okay? So you know, isn't it weird? We come from different spectrums of backgrounds, but here we are, Saturday night, streaming on Twitch. So there you go. So yes.
The card that he's got isn't that bad. It's a 3 gig card.
Yeah. Not a bad card at all. The 295X is superior, but they discontinue making those.
What's the R9 290X? What's that, jazz?
Yeah, still good card. I mean, that's just a little bump on speed into what he's got.
£200 card.
Yeah.
Why do you just buy Nvidia?
Don't be a snob to the brand. AMD graphics cards still, you know, on the budget side to this day, even though that, for those that have been listening, my opinion on what they've been doing lately is, I still say budget-wise, at this moment, as it stands, prices with Nvidia, AMD all the way for value for money, graphics card on a medium to medium high graphics setting gaming. Now, if you want to run everything on Ultra and all Blitz and all, you know, all the graphics as the game should be played, then you have to pay the premium to get Nvidia, because Nvidia's drivers are better optimized in most games. That's what I found. That's why I've tried Crossfire, I've tried Sly, Quad Sly, okay, 4 graphics cards, AMD Crossfire, again on the same configuration, okay. And
do you think it'd be possible to even fit 4 cards on my board?
Yes, because it's an X99 chipset which supports 4 16-lane PCI Express lanes.
But considering how big the actual graphics card,
Yes, it's been designed for that.
because you'd have to run them.
Yeah, it'll be next to each other. I mean, I had my rig, the rig that I had 4 graphics cards, okay, they were back to back, they were like that, okay, so I had to kind of put extra cooling because the heat coming out when all cards were overclocked, the motherboard was overclocked, okay, and the sheer heat it was producing, you put the hand on the back of the exhaust grill on the fan, and it was warm, you know, toasty. So
I don't think I've even, like, apart from the CPU giving off a little tiny, I'm talking minuscule amount of
Yeah.
through the grid on the top, but everything else I've tried. I've tried touching like the graphics.
see, that's why I've not jumped at all. If you're wondering why, well, you know, you love tech, why you haven't got an X99? I said, well, there was a plan, and I do have the parts to build a system of all systems, yeah. And I actually have the case, I actually have the water pump, dual water pump, I got radiators, fittings and everything, but that's kind of been put on hold because the Z97 still has a lot of life in it. It's still, unless you want the latest features on the motherboard, stick with the Z97. Now, if you like Richard, you must have the latest everything, the latest this, M2, M.2, and just to have.
I will never use that.
You will, because then you'll say SSD is too slow now for me. I want the M2, and then after that, no, I actually wanted those PSI Express Intel 750 drives, and then after that, because
if I get it, but if I go and get the is it the 250 series or something, you know the SSDs that have got the skull on.
Yeah. I know what you're on about.
Even if I got one of those, I wouldn't be happy.
No, you wouldn't, because then you will say, "Oh, can I?"
Not fast.
It's fast. I prove to you. I
know.
Live.
That read speed.
Yeah, I prove to you. So the proof that SSDs, hard drives, are great, right? Produces hardly any heat. They're stable, less mechanical, brilliant. The write and read speeds on a standard SSD, around, depending on which one, value or whatever, on the medium side pricing, it's about 500 up and down. Read and write.
This thing was like
To get a boost on that, put 2 of those together in RAID 0, that boosts up to, depending on the motherboard that you have, well, the Z97 motherboard that I have, boost, so 2 SSDs, Samsung 840s, 256 megabytes in RAID 0 was boosting it read speed up to 1000 megabytes per second read write, okay, which is phenomenal. I'm happy with that. Now we had an Intel 750 SSD 400 gig PSI Express. Now for those, hopefully you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, what what the hell are you doing here? Yeah, so we whacked that drive on. I bought a system from a cyber PCs, cyber power PCs. Bought it on eBay, stripped us all the parts, blah blah blah. So I took that drive out and I whacked it in, and I run side by side read and write tests. Okay. Do you still remember what was the score of the Intel?
It was like 2,000 read or 1,500 write. One or the other.
So to give you an idea, we did it back to back, side by side, and run the same test at the same time. So we used, and this is the benchmark software, which tests, 1K and 4K blocked files and all that. And I thought mine was impressive. I'm quite happy with mine. And then we put that drive, and that drive just blew, absolutely blew my 2 SSDs in RAID 0 to smithereens. It finished the bloody test. We were waiting. Yours are still going, mate. So that's why, yes, if you have the money, that is the best way forward. If you want some crazy speeds and you have the motherboard to support it. If you don't have that sort of money, M.2, and look out for the Samsung, I think it's the 951 SSD drive, which is a little strip like that, goes on a motherboard. Now there's 2 versions of that. You need to get a specific version, because that specific version was not designed for commercial. It was for system builders, and you can get them. I think Overclockers has got them. It will cost you about 250 quid for 256 megabyte. The highest they do is 512 gigabytes of RAM. Yeah, the one I showed you, and that been proven on the Asus Extreme 11 motherboard. They have a dual, and they linked it together, and the speeds that was getting was absolutely. It blew the Intel out of the water, because he was using the actual PCI Express bandwidth to the full on those 2. So there you are, a little discussion on hard drives there. I've been doing most of the talking. What do you want to talk about in tech-wise? Eh?
Well, I'm quite happy.
You're quite happy. You're like chilling. I am going to be munching throughout this, because come Monday I'm doing intermittent fasting for 21 days.
Why?
Why? Because I reach a placebo effect. I reached.
Oh, is it this 950 Pro M2 thing?
Yeah.
For 300 quid.
Yeah. Does it have NVWN? Yeah, that's the one, baby.
NVM.
Yeah, that's the one. No, you don't want the other one. The other one is good. Don't get me wrong, but that is the one that you want.
That's like 300 quid.
Yeah.
500 gig.
Yeah, I know.
Is that faster than one of those Intel drives?
Yes, on the right board. If you go to scan.co.uk, look at the X99 boards and look at the Asus Extreme 11, have a look at that board. That board's got features galore. It's a £500 motherboard. £500 motherboard. But the sheer, it's got capability of 18 hard drive sockets on the latest PCI Express.
Latest X99.
Your picture's just frozen, mate.
Oh, I am frozen.
Right. No. That's the one. Get the NVMe. That is, and if you're not sure about it, just type in on Google reviews on it and have a look at 3D TV. Did a great review on it. He actually managed to get a hands on it and did some benchmarking. They're just blown, some of the figures.
So you're talking about the highest priced board on X99?
There's not the price. It's the late. It was the latest about 2 months ago. It was the Asus Extreme 11. There's a board that came out that's feature packed. That's almost 500 quid. Yeah, but it's been designed. That board has been designed for people that want to run 18 hard drives, dual M2s. It's and Scott, you ready for this? It's got a full, okay, 16 lane express, full, and you'll be able to use all 4 plus the SSD on the M.2 and still get the maximum bandwidth.
Holy mother of God.
Yeah.
Serge, I found a board that's got like 7 PCI Express lanes.
Yeah, I know, because
That's mental.
yeah, because you'd be able to put RAID cards on it if you needed. You could put SSDs directly to it, PCI Express SSDs.
It's workstation as well, so it's got
Well, it's been
CPUs.
yes, I know, because it's designed to do a multitasking. It does not a gaming purposely built. It's more of a workstation.
Yeah, but think about that with two 5930Ks or two 50.
Yeah.
And then you turned it into like.
And have you seen how much RAM it supports?
Probably like 128, I'd imagine.
Yeah, have a look. I am actually munching away on some peanuts and raisin because they're.
Mother of God.
Go on, tell everybody.
112
512
gigabytes
of RAM. How is that for a system? Now that would be a.
Can I effectively just buy that board?
Yeah.
With another CPU, and I'm running a game. Yeah.
No. You'll need the board, another CPU, another cooler, another setter, and RAM. You need to check if the RAM is compatible. Did he have 4?
RAM is compatible.
Okay. And then on top of all that, yeah.
Because I've already got a CPU, a cooler,
Yeah, but you.
graphics card. I'll just buy another CPU and another cooler with the board. That's 3 things.
Yeah, but if you're going to do that on that board, the water cooled, you might as well build a custom loop.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
It just costs too much money again.
Yeah. That's crazy.
My board's
Yeah.
still holding its value.
So, is anybody on chat? Is there anything you want us to cover? Tech-wise, anything techie? Oh, guess what I saw today? Driving with the missus, going to the shops, I passed through a car garage and I saw a black Mercedes CL500, which brought memories of my boy. I was like, oh, you still have one of those? And now a bike.
It's I was rich, now I'm poor.
But I tell you what, after yesterday's finances health check by my missus, who's my bank manager and love of my life, and has all my expenditure for the last 11 years on a spreadsheet, and yeah, scary. It is scary. It is scary when you look back and she can tell me what I spent total in 11 years on anything.
Why the hell would you ever want to know that?
No, it's because she keeps the finances tracking. So everything that we ever spend, she does online banking. So everything that we spend, she's got a spreadsheet that brings everything. So, you know, mortgage, rent, all the bills, everything that I spend. So each month, at the end of the month, she just say all the money coming in, all the bills, this is what I've left, this is what we're going to put aside, this is where we're going to put on Romeo's saving account, and we started Alexia. Yeah, so when we really look, and then I think we did at one time when I was between the age of 19 and 21. I was into like fashion, designer, clothes and whatever. I had no responsibilities, no kids, no nothing, living for the day. We calculated I spent £25,000 in designer clothes.
Why would you want to know that?
I didn't. She told me, so do you know how much you spend on clothes in the last 3 years?
Cares.
No, I said, no, but wait, that's nothing. I said, that's nothing. Wait, this is the best one. You ready for this? So, you know, since I was like a huge car enthusiast, loved my cars, loved the cars, loved tuning, loved building sound systems, and then, you know, that's what my old me. And I've had quite a mixture of cars, starting with a Ford Escort to a Vauxhall Vectra to a Toyota Amato to a 1987 Toyota Supra 3-litre turbo, a 1993 Toyota Supra 3-litre natural aspired. Then went to that was a Japanese phase, couple of Yeses in there as well. A Citroen Saxo, went through a BMW 330i, 330ci, another Mercedes. So each time I had the car, I used to spend a fortune tuning and right, you ready for this? £51,000 I have spent over the years in tuning parts and cars. That is a lot of money, mate.
That's like an Audi.
An Audi.
Sorry.
You snob.
Like
That's my life. So we got Sven calling us. So shall we add to group call? Hello, Sven. How are you? Hello, Sven.
Hello,
Hello. How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Yeah, not bad. Sorry, we kind of keep you waiting, but we kind of had a few things planned for today's stream before us going straight into gaming. So, but I got your message on Facebook, and apparently you have an idea for a possible upcoming stream. So we are all ears. The world of 3 viewers are all ears. So let us know what's your idea.
It was in my head, and I have write it to you.
All right, okay.
Okay, like a broadcast center.
A broadcast center, okay.
Yes, and you didn't know what come in a broadcast, and that was my idea.
Right.
It was, how can I expect it? It was like just an idea.
But listen, believe it or not, this channel and everything, this was just an idea. The 2 blooming random blokes were talking about it over a coffee, and then 3 weeks later, you know, an idea came a reality. There you are. So no idea is a bad idea if there's a demand for it and if there's enough interest.
What are we going to play?
I don't know.
I think it is a real idea, yes?
If it's a real idea, and
because we have the things to do that. We can speak before what we play.
yeah,
We can switch to that what we have planned before any viewers can see it on Twitch.
yeah, that's fine. But like we said, we are amateurs, so we.
Play some racing.
Hold on. We are amateurs, and I, on the first couple of streams, and a few streams, I actually plan beforehand. But Richard is not very good on the planning side, so he just goes, make it happen. So that's what we do. So we're like an English expression, off the cuff. So we just crack on. But yeah, until we get, listen, we're realistic. Until we get some decent numbers of followers or anything like that, yes, we have to bruce up our presentation of our channel, our actual quality of equipment, sound, video, content. Then yeah, but I do like some sort of a centre. Well, bit different, but. What was
distracted. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm somewhat what bold I should use.
So what sort of input you have on that, Sven?
Sorry, can you call me again? I have to forget that I use the speakers on my phone.
Yeah. Okay.
You are very quiet that I can understand you very wrong.
Okay, not a problem. So we're gonna end the call with you, and then I will. Okay.
I'm just looking. Sorry, I'm just sort of browsing.
So bear with me.
I'm just looking at a micro.
Hello, Sven.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah. If that was Halloween, so yeah.
Halloween, guys. Huh?
Say it again. Sorry.
I said happy Halloween.
Yeah, happy Halloween. I am stuffing my face with chocolate. Well, I'm not kidding you. I am just eating myself to death in chocolate in the next 48 hours. Because in the next, from 2nd of November, for 21 days, I'm going to be fasting. Fasting.
Yeah, whatever.
No, fasting serious. No more New Yorker deli sandwiches. No more bread. For 21 days. Today I spent about £70 on vegetables, seeds, and God knows what.
There is no way in hell you're going to make it without a sandwich.
Okay, if you want me to prove you wrong, live right here, live, right? Because I've done intermittent fasting twice, and I can prove to you that a fat bastard existed last year. Okay, this was the year before. Sorry, 110 kilos went down in 21 days, down to 104. Do you want me to show you proof right now, live?
Have you been out and bought an XXL?
No. Do you want to see proof?
Go on then.
Okay, give me 2 minutes. Richard, you keep everybody entertained. I'm going to get my bloody... I'm not kidding you. Listen, do you know what this is? It's my life. Right? Everything there is, I do video logs on everything nutrition. For people that don't know, I used to be into fitness. Before, I used to be a fitness freak. I used to train twice. Yeah, I don't have the guns anymore, but...
Go in the morning at like 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock in the morning, train.
12, 13-hour day.
Yeah, do a full work and then train again, twice a day. 15,000 calories a blimmin' day. So I will prove to you that when you do that and then you stop, okay, no activity, and you eat crap, you become fat. And then you have to do something about it. I'm going to prove you to you. Bear with me.
Hey guys, I have a question.
Shoot away while I'm setting up.
Yes, Raheem had said you want to play Grid Auto Sport this night. Is it right?
Well, Dell's got it, I've got it, and I even got a spare copy somewhere, I think. I'm not...
I don't have it. I have seen it.
See, I didn't really want to go back into the racing like while we're streaming. We can play at any time racing, but I do, you know, Modern Warfare, a great laugh. I do like that. And Sven, last night I downloaded the Sniper Elite 3, and I went into I went into the game just to the challenges. That is a good looking game. Can I just say, a good looking game.
I think it's very good.
Very, very good. And not only the tactical game is very good.
It's not for shooting without brain.
Yeah. I mean, you have to be good. No wonder you're good at scoping and sniping. If you've been playing, you play that game, you said 9 times, yeah?
Yes.
And no wonder on Modern Warfare you are the king of sniping, because you have to, on the game, you have to control your breathing, hold, empty your lungs.
Breathe.
Right.
Sergio.
Yes.
What about when you look, when I play this game, you have an option on screen, you can visit my playing.
Yeah, I've seen it. You sent me 2 links on Facebook. I've seen it.
Yes, and I've killed Hitler.
Yeah, I know.
One kill with a bell and 1 kill with some explosive barrels. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And
The explosion one was really quick, because I thought, why is he aiming at the truck? And then he slowed down. And I thought, oh, he's going to blow the truck. And he blew all the trucks. All the soldiers died, and bloody Hitler just went dead. Right. I am looking right now.
it exists 7 ways to kill Hitler on this map.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I only went into the game for about 10 minutes. Intermittent fasting.
Name Boom Beach story, guys.
Okay, photos, and I will show you 23rd of May. Okay, so stats.
I think, Sergio.
One moment.
I think.
I'm going to just quickly add an image while we are streaming. Image. Where are we going? And this is body.
Since I'm offline, my handy has switched out from the Bluetooth internet.
It crashed. No, welcome to the world. That was my story of my life frigging yesterday, thanks to OBS.
fasting on Word.
Right, intermittent fasting,
Yeah,
and that
this is
is
not
what
bad.
file is that? 27th of May. 27th of May. Okay, so I am gonna put a picture right now, and
I want to ask you, I have sent you a link on the first day we have right on Facebook with the Sniper Elite V2 Kill Hitler on the Rhine Gold Express.
yeah,
Have you watched this video?
not fully. Just bear with me. Just
Okay.
trying to sort this out. Da-da-da-da-da. Right, drop. I'll take that off.
If anyone from you have Steam Cache?
Steam cache.
Yes. This moment.
I'm not sure. Bear with me.
Oh, it stores it somewhere and then it disappears. I don't know how that works.
Right. Can you see that? Oh, let me just switch it off. What can I do?
Bastard.
Wait. Okay. Bear with me. Move to the top. There you are. So this was 2013. Okay. 2013. I started fasting. Okay. So I was almost 112 kilos. Body fat of 28.9. Oh, I call it 29%. So did it fasting for 21 days. So over a period of 3 weeks.
Secretly photoshopped.
Yeah. My body fat in the first week started dropping. Not kidding you. I've got a video to prove this.
I believe.
Right. And went down. And I'll just take that off.
Like 20 stone or something.
No, 18 and a half stone.
Alright, so basically 20 stone. Basically.
There we go. Edit. And then intermittent fasting.
People are like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. And if you want to see that, if you want to see even worse, and that's the reason, okay, I'll show you. The reason why I started, because I was getting to a point where I was this, mate. Oh, no. Wait, minimize that.
Sergio, I must say, yes, since 15 years, my weight, is it the right word? Yes?
Yeah.
Kilos? Weight? My weight is 56
What the
kilos.
fuck?
Yeah. See that? That's the reason why.
Yes,
There was
on the
just
time
it.
I had worked for the German army, my weight was 70.
Bloody hell. Fat bastard.
The fat German bastard.
Bloody hell.
The fat German Nazi pig.
Right, and then after that, there you go. The final results. This is after 21 days. Okay, 21 days coming up right now.
I'm gonna play a fucking game.
Fuck off. You call me fat bastard?
Instead of me looking at fat bastard pictures.
Sergio,
There you go. 21 days, mate. And that's the difference. That's what intermittent fasting is all about.
can I ask you some, Sergio, please?
Yes, of course you can, man.
You're always saying da 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 dum dum, and I know this melody. What is it?
Do what? Sorry, I'm always playing what?
Yes, you singing like with your breath, with your voice.
Yeah.
Da 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 dum dum dum. I know that, but I don't know what it is.
The
The Sergio.
Game
It's
or
just a
from
random ass.
no. I try to remember, but one of them was the theme tune from Indiana Jones. That's one of them.
We have no life. Right, what we playing?
But if I remember, I'll get back to you, Sven. Alrighty.
I really want to play Grid.